Hey guys, it's Alex here and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be diving into a unique guide on Magic and Marvel Rivals. Unlike most guides, I'm not going to be going over her abilities and one-shot combos. Instead, I'm going to be talking about how you should position yourself on this character to master her playstyle. Starting off, this was a match that I played in high gold and low plat lobbies. And you'll see that even though I didn't always hit my combos and dashes, I still had a lot of value to my team for my positioning and decision making, leaving me with 19 kills in total and 13 final blows. The first thing I look at pre-game is our team comp and how that could impact my playstyle. Since our team is not lacking any tanks or healers, I won't have to switch off Magic. It's important to note that if you only have one tank, especially if it's an off tank like Penny Parker or Thor, you'll have to play a little differently as Magic than if you have two tanks. In general though, it's much easier to play as Magic if you have two tanks, because you have more freedom to flank and create off angles. As I already said, your purpose on Magic is to isolate the enemy backline and kill the healers. By pressuring the backline, you can bait out abilities and ultimates, as well as punishing the healers for bad positioning or being on cooldown. As I see the enemies trying to flip the map with a portal, I reposition myself to create a timing on the backline. Fortunately, I get the Luna, and now I just have to clean up the fight by looking for the second healer and winning the 5v6 with my team. I reposition myself for the next fight to look for a healer out of position. I managed to find the Luna off guard again, before pushing the cloak to use her ultimate and cleaning up the DPS to win the fight. I'm gonna put myself in the same spot as before to find the Moon Knight trying to flank. Since the Moon Knight escaped my dash and the enemy's Mantis ulted, I decide to get out and wait for my cooldowns to come back to try again. And with that we won the first map, so let's get on to the second one. I choose a different route than my team to look for potential backstabs and flanks on the enemy backline.
If you can.
This way I can isolate the Doctor Strange on point and pressure the healers.
Behind. We're going. I'm not this.
Now I'm trying to deny the high ground from the enemy DPS as well as pressuring the healers again. Unfortunately, I get caught off guard by the Iron Man and have to back off. You'll see a lot of Iron Man on this map because of the height and the pillars in the middle. As Magik you can't really do a lot about that, you just have to ask your healer to focus him.
We are undefeatable! Go have fun! The Darkchylde is ready to awaken! Behold! Darkchylde!
Okay, go back if you need to, guys. Let's regroup.
I got you!
Go back, let's go back.
Limbo, I'm ready to awaken!
I tried to make a play here with my ultimate by isolating the enemy healer, but since my team was already dead and they tried to regroup, I tried to get out and make my way back to my team. Fortunately, because of my great teammates, we win the teamfight easily. I decide to go on a long flank for the next fight, but my timing is off and we lose. Since I wasn't in the enemy backline to pressure them, they could walk onto point easily in a 5v6 and win the fight.
Okay, let's wait for each other.
We had a pretty hard time on the second map since the enemies were picking Hela, Hawkeye and Iron Man, and we couldn't really do a lot about their DPS. But knowing the next map and looking at our ultimates, I knew that we could win the first fight easily. I decided to break this door to try to get on an alternative route and backstab the enemies again. Since the enemies didn't break the door on their side, I tried to capitalize on that and use my ult behind them. When trying to dive a mantis, you always have to keep her sleep in mind and try to dodge it with your shift. After she used it, she has nothing to defend herself with, and it's an easy peek for me.
GG guys.
After we win the fight, I instantly try to reposition and create a right-hand peek to spot enemies that are out of position. This lets me see the enemies before they see me, setting up a good sneak attack. If you manage to isolate a 1v1 against the tank, it's almost always in your favor since you have your little demon to gain health. Notice how I use the wall to my left to isolate the tank and get out of sight of the backline.
Us against the world.
We are undefeatable!
Here I get slapped by the mantis, like I talked about before, but she can't capitalize on it because she doesn't know the sleep dart combo that can one-shot any squishy with 250 HP. Most of the time, if you get one healer out, you basically just win the team fight if the enemies don't have any ultimates.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going!
After that fight, I try to set up in a right-hand peek angle again. In that situation, I shouldn't have gone forward into the left-hand peek, since I gave my enemies the advantage and it's just too risky. My teammates win the fight before I get back and we win the game.
GG guys.
Alright guys, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.